Friends and loved ones, fellow citizens of a kingdom not shaken, thank you for gathering today, not to mourn, but to celebrate a triple funeral. Today we lay to rest three characters who had a chokehold on humanity: sin, death, and Adam. They are survived by no one, and no one will survive them. Sin, you weren't just a shady character lurking around trying to get us to steal cookies and curse in traffic. Sin, you were deeper than behavior. Sin, you were a false identity, a con artist, a master of thieves. He convinced us we were less than sons, that we were failures in waiting, that we were bodies without breath and names without purpose. Sin never tempted us into mistakes. He tricked us into believing that we were mistakes. He whispered, "You'll never measure up." We nodded in agreement, not realizing we were made in the image of God himself. He sold us masks and called them mirrors. But sin's greatest lie wasn't what we did. It was that we were what we did. But then Christ came, not to modify our behavior, but to restore our identity, to crush the very root of sin's deception, to rip the costume off the lie and reveal in truth underneath, that we would never be meant to live as slaves. We are always meant to live as sons. Sin died that day and truth stood up from the grave. Now death ran a dirty empire. He fed on fear and paralyzed generations. He taxed every breath and charged interest on time. He called himself inevitable, but we call him obsolete. Death thought the cross was his crown, but death turned the cross into a key and unlocked every locked door from tombs to hearts. On that third day, death found out something horrifying. He'd been used. Jesus didn't sidestep death, he hijacked it. He turned it into a doorway and not a dead end. So today, here lies death, disarmed, disrespected, and dethroned. Finally, a farewell to Adam. Adam wasn't just one man. Adam was a broken prototype. Adam was humanity 1.0 with a cracked hard drive. Default settings stuck on shame, fear, and hiding. He taught us to cover up what God wanted to heal, to run when we heard God walking toward us, and we did. For generations, we ran. But then Jesus showed up, the last Adam, not just to patch up the old design, but to launch a new generation altogether. If Adam was the fall, Christ is the rise. So we bury Adam. We bury every disoriented version of ourselves that came with him. Every generational lie. Every, "this is just who I am." Every, "it runs in my family." Because there is a new bloodline now, and it runs red. This, my friends, is not a somber service. This is a victory march. We are not grieving, we are rejoicing. Sin's identity no longer defines us. Death threats no longer bind us, and Adam's shadow no longer follows us. We are free. So if anyone passes by and asks, "Who died today?" you tell them, sin died today, death died today, Adam died today, and I thank God that they're gone. And if they ask, "Who's alive?" you look them straight in the eye and say, "Christ is, and so am I."